Surfing, an iconic sport loved by many Australians, played a key role in a research project that looked at the impact sport has on Australia's Indigenous youth. The Australian Sports Commission, in partnership with Laureus Sport for Good Foundation, Surfing Australia and the University of Queensland, conducted the research at various locations around Australia.
We chose a site of surfing because surfing has a number of key features that were really attractive in terms of a research and a sport perspective, in that it's equally acceptable for males and females to be involved, it's a leisure pursuit as well as a competitive sport.
The project, now completed, has produced some interesting findings.
Over the 3 years, we found that a lot of these programs were highly successful, and some key features that led to this success, the main one was that surfing and sport in general had the capacity to bring people together. And this was found to be really important on a number of different levels, because it helped the Indigenous participants connect with land and culture, but it also helped them to connect with community and their peers, which was really important, particularly for some Indigenous youth who felt quite isolated and disconnected from others.
The aim of the project was to provide insight that would benefit future Indigenous sporting programs. The researchers found that generally, sport improves the social capacity of participants in 4 ways: increasing activity, creating cohesion, increasing contact with support staff, and increasing their connection to the natural environment and traditional values. However, the research found sport is not a cure for all social problems, and the positive effects take time to be revealed.
Sport could do some amazing things, but it didn't do them automatically. It needed some really careful planning and the involvement of some good people to make it happen. But if all of those features came together, programs could be highly successful, very viable, and completely sustainable.
Another benefit was insight into the design of effective programs, which need to be driven by an appropriate leader. Get the participants to help in the design of the program, take a more sustainable approach, and be flexible and mindful of costs. So it's clear that through this study, using surfing as a test, sport really does help our Indigenous youth.
So this project is quite groundbreaking. So in the Australian context, very few studies have ever attempted to look at the impact of sport programs in such a rigorous and empirical way, and over such a long period of time, over the 3 years that this project was conducted.